auditors meeting. We have Title VI forms in the back corner by the door. If you'd like to fill one of those out, you can return it to the auditor's office. Leanne, do you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if you could just remain standing, Brian's going to lead us in prayer.
Gracious God, we come before you this evening to ask for your prayers over our county, over our officials, over our people that we serve. We just ask for a good meeting this evening, and we ask for your blessings over Decatur County.
Amen. All right. Hey, have you guys had an opportunity to look at the meeting minutes from our August 18th commissioners meeting?
I did. I didn't have any questions. I didn't see anything.
Nothing for any amendments or questions, guys?
I think there's one correction.
Or, yeah.
Bridge 140, 131, it should be 141, 130. 131 and 141? Yeah.
Said 131. 131 and 140.
And 141.
140. Okay.
Thank you for that, Todd. Anything else? All right, I'd entertain the motion then.
So moved. I'll second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes from the August 18th meeting, say aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Moving on to claims. Any questions on claims?
I do. Piney, there's a bill in there for $6,436. Looks like I have to break down between those two here, but I really need Charlie to look at these. So
I know they had submitted in this claim report, they have a number of different claims. Are the others okay to approve, Gabe, or are you?
I'm fine with well, it's just hard. One's 3,000, one's 545, one's 2,870.
Right.
So, and all of them are, so when we circle back.
Yeah. So we can,
I don't know what the first one is. It's $2,000 for sure.
we can approve all claims except for those, and we can put those on the next.
Did you find the Henry Glass one? Oh, it is. I see the Henry Glass one.
So which claim is it that you want to accept out?
I think all of them from
All
Piney.
of Piney?
Yeah. The Henry Glass one is for $2,957.07.
Okay, that's why Charlie, it's Henry Glass Incorporated DBA shop.
Yes.
I'm good with that. I know this.
Yeah, that's Shuckers.
It showed up as Henry, but we knew it as Shiver. They fixed the window.
Yeah.
So you're good with that one?
Sure.
So this one's what it is.
Which one's that?
This is a 5.5. It's in claims all together. I mean, there might be a breakdown. So that was probably they're just back bills for that work because we had quite the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the service.
There's a 535.
Yeah, so the.
I remember this.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I'm good. Okay, so
All right, so
I will make a motion to approve claims
as presented, so all three Pineys,
as presented.
I say,
all those in favor of approving the claims, say aye. Aye. And those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to payroll for the week of August 29th, 2025.
I reviewed, I did not have any questions. I have no questions for payroll.
The amount was $409,857.53.
I make a motion to approve payroll.
Sorry, I was looking for something there, Dave. We have a motion to approve payroll for the week of August 29th. Do we have a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Moving on, Todd Houck with the Highway Department.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Todd?
What I have to report is basically our general maintenance, a lot of the same stuff. Doing some patching, some grading, stone roads, vegetation spraying and mowing. Still doing that bridge replacement on Bridge 63. Beams are gonna be delivered on the 15th, so we'll be setting those on the 15th. And been doing culvert replacement and siding maintenance. I sent a couple forms on a resolution for 8080 Title VI. I just need to make sure that gets updated for NDOT. And then the last thing, FEMA, I've been in touch with them the last couple of weeks in regards to the application submitted for damages for Decatur County for debris removal. I've signed all the application, everything's been submitted. I've got a meeting tomorrow with Bill Williams or Bill Smith, I think, on Teams with Tim and I. It is a 75-25 grant. So I think the county's gonna be getting $80-some thousand. I don't know the exact figure of that 106, whatever was submitted. So
Is that the one through EMA that
Yes.
they've been working with, that
Yeah.
Matt was working with,
Yeah.
saying,
So I've had to get into the grant portal at FEMA. It's, my goodness, it's over the top, secure site. And you've got to log in a couple different times. You got to make password with so many capital letters, so many common things. So I lost my original password, so I had to send in to get a new password. So I've got that in the folder now. So I think I'm good to go. So, but other than that, I got a meeting with them tomorrow to try and wrap everything up for the exact locations, the time and piece that we use for the equipment. Labor, I think we've already got that in the report, but it's fully loaded. So they pay the perf, they pay the FICA, they pay everything in that. So I think all those documents are submitted. I was on the phone with him today. He wanted me to go back in and check on that grant portal to make sure everything was signed and reviewed. And so I did that. Everything looks to be good. So I'm just waiting. He said the application just kind of sailing through and we'll be getting paid, but it's FEMA, so it takes time. So he sounded like everything that we submitted is going to be awarded. So I was good hearing that.
That's great. Yeah, good work for both EMA and for you
Yeah.
guys working together to get that done.
Yeah. Do you gentlemen have anything for me?
I know that we'd had some discussions and there were some emails that went around earlier today, but the discussions had started back in June or July about doing some additional road work.
Yeah.
And areas that were not included in the CCMG. Do we expect to see a bid packet come up soon for that, or what are your thoughts on?
Well, I
those
think
additional roads?
the county is going to buy the oil and we're going to buy the stone and we're just going to have a company apply it. So it doesn't need to be bid. Okay.
Are they getting paid?
Huh?
Are they getting paid?
Yes. Or they'll be getting paid to put the application down.
Okay.
Okay, but the county's gonna buy the oil and buy the stone to keep it underneath that threshold of 150,000. And they're just gonna do the work.
So my understanding, and Chad jump in here, if I'm incorrect, but you would still need to solicit um, bids for the application work.
Okay,
Chad, do you care to jump in and give the official legal?
Well, I don't have it memorized, 'cause it's 3 separate sections. The memory is that above 50 and below 150, yes, you must please call and request 3 companies provide a bid for the service. Subject to my refreshing my memory, I believe that's,
The email was back in February. I'm trying to find it, Chad.
That sounds correct. I mean, I know we talked about this.
No, it's over 50 at the solicitor.
Yes.
which just, so we're not confused, we're not talking about, full call for bids and the sealed bids, you just have to contact 3 companies.
All right,
And
here
that's
we go.
Which the other side of that though is that you did contact SC and SC said they don't have time, and you did contact the second person, they said they didn't have time. And Evergreen was the one who responded with the price.
correct.
So
So there
here,
was 3.
here is Chad's email that we previously received. Projects under 50,000 solicit at least 3 quotes to be provided by phone, fax, or email. Projects over 50,000 but under 150,000 invite at least 3 quotes to be opened at a public meeting. Projects 150,000 or above must be published regarding the acceptance of bids and opening in a meeting.
Okay.
So you still need to, you can't just hire a company.
Unless Evergreen is under 50,000 for applying.
You would still need to solicit 3 bids.
Okay.
And Jeremy, based on what you heard, I believe the timeline goes, he has solicited from 3 companies, now he just needs to present the Evergreen bid to you with the 2 rejected, or the 2 no bids, but it will be compliant.
But you need to have it documented on your end as far as who you had solicited from
And who declined?
and who declined. When they declined, you need to have that documented.
All right.
If it's in fact under 50,000, if it's over 50, then we need to proceed the other way.
Okay.
So if you can just follow up with an email on that. just
Yeah.
Letting us know where you're going.
Yeah.
And who you had gotten the bids from when they rejected them or what, so we have that information as well.
Okay.
I want to know who they are and when it was that it happened.
Well, I know Jeremy reached out to me a couple weeks ago, said that he wanted to just talk to me and just tell me that he was just too far behind for him getting set back here.
Right.
And
That's
all the other work he had to do. And so he just wanted to be honest that he wasn't gonna be able to come back. So. Then Tim reached out to Pavement Solutions. Their schedule is not gonna allow them to come back in.
I'm not sure if we wanted them.
We had a few hiccups with them, but as far as the application, I think,
The application was okay,
yeah.
All right.
So,
because that's not what I heard from last year.
so I think, like I said, there was a few hiccups, especially since we did St. Morris, we did Corey Edition, some of those little additions. We had some issues, but we actually, the county addressed all of them.
Okay,
So everything was taken care of.
I knew that, but it just seemed like a lot of problems.
Yeah. But no, SC, we didn't get really any complaints from there.
Right.
So I thought they did a great job.
The only thing I have is as we come into this season, just want to make sure that I try to reiterate, I know that the contract that you sent over, or not contract, but the resolution that you sent over today at 4:20, with the expectation of getting that, come across the table and signed tonight. I mean, that's, I understand things need to be done, but as we come into this season, just please keep in mind that it takes Chad time to review things.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for him to review on the way to a meeting or for us to review and know what's going on. So if and when this pops up, even if you can send us something preliminarily a week before, at least give us the time to try to digest and make sure that we spend a lot of time trying to make sure that things are correct on the document, who's what, people confused, and
Right.
it's a whole lot less hectic if we can have a little bit of time of preparation.
Yeah.
And I know we're getting ready to come into the bigger portion of this, right? So some of those documentation, I know last year was kind of on the wire, and it'd be better if we can be in front of that just a little bit more.
Okay.
You got those documents.
Yes.
So we're looking at here first, a resolution of Decatur County Commissioners for Decatur County, Indiana, appointing the Title VI coordinator. Whereas the federal government enacted Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, hereinafter Title VI, to prevent discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal assistance. Whereas in compliance with Title VI, Decatur County will name a Title VI coordinator, whereas Decatur County will publish notice of its Title VI coordinator's name, office address, and telephone number, along with its Title VI non-discrimination policy on its website. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Commissioners of Decatur County, Indiana, follows Christy Smiley, Decatur County Auditor, is designated Title VI for Decatur County, Indiana. The Decatur County grievance procedure is adopted for addressing complaints alleging discrimination under Title VI non-discriminatory policy and the provision of services, activities, programs, or benefits by Decatur County. The complaints to be directed to the Title VI coordinator. For notice purposes, Decatur County will post the contact information regarding the Title VI coordinator and Title VI non-discrimination policy on its website and at such locations as determined from time to time. So I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Edie,
Yes, it's 2025-13.
so I'd make a motion to approve resolution 2025-13.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. And these are for NDOT and their requirements, Todd, is that right?
Correct.
Up next, Christie, the next one would be 14. Resolution of the Decatur County Board of Commissioners adopting the American with Disabilities Act, ADA coordinator and procedures, whereas federal government enacted the Americans with Disabilities Act 1990 to prevent discrimination of the physically and mentally disabled relating to employment and access to public facilities, and whereas in compliance with Title II of the ADA, the Decatur County Board of Commissioners shall name an ADA coordinator, and whereas in compliance with Title II of the ADA, the Decatur County Board of Commissioners shall adopt a grievance procedure for resolving complaints alleging violations of Title II, and whereas in compliance with Title II, the Decatur County Board of Commissioners shall publish notice to the public regarding the ADA, whereas in compliance with Title II of the ADA, the city of Greensburg shall post. Is that correct? Should it be city of Greensburg, or is that a typo?
Typo. It'll be the county, but I think the Greensburg also has posted on their website.
Yeah, but we don't control Greensburg. So I interlineated, whereas in compliance with Title II of the ADA, Decatur County shall post the ADA coordinator's name, office address, and telephone number with the ADA notice and ADA grievance procedure on its website. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Decatur County, Indiana, that Doug Westerfeld is hereby designated as the ADA coordinator for Decatur County, Indiana. The notice under the Americans with Disabilities Act, a copy of which is on file with the Office of the Auditor, Decatur County, Indiana, is adopted as the Decatur County notice under the Americans with Disabilities Act. the Decatur County ADA grievance procedure under the Americans with Disabilities Act, a copy of which is attached here too, is adopted as is the grievance procedure for addressing complaints alleging discrimination on the basis of disability and the provision of services, activities, programs, or benefits by Decatur County, Indiana, compliance with federal and state laws as set forth above. Board of Commissioners resolves to post the required information regarding the ADA coordinator notice under the Americans with Disabilities Act. Here's a second reason to ensure that we get this prior to meeting. Notice under the Americans with Disabilities Act in the office of the auditor of Decatur County and at other such locations as may be determined from time to time. Passed and adopted by the Board of Commissioners, Decatur County, Indiana, on this second day of September 2025.
You're good with the changes?
The second change was that it says notice under the Americans with, and then Americans with, but the second Americans is actually misspelled. So it's a duplicate, but yes.
Resolution number 14.
Resolution number 14, 2025-14.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2025-14 with amended changes.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? Motion carries. Changes.
Yep.
Anything else, Todd?
I do not. Thank you, and I'll make sure I say this.
Well, just out of curiosity, so if Doug Westerfeld is the ADA coordinator, but then yet it's, wants it to refer to the auditor.
Yeah, just as far as where the
information has to come in.
documents are maintained.
I'll let Doug get cheese out of it.
All right, up next, Chris Noblet, Parks Department. I don't think we need anything, Chris. We have this as a placeholder here. At our prior meeting in August, we had discussed that we were sending over a promissory note to the Parks Department for $200,000. That was a repayment, if you will, of the $200,000 that is going to be used out of the Build Decatur County Fund inside of Edit. And the Parks Department board has reviewed and returned a signed copy of the promissory note. So Brian, you can go ahead and sign that. A motion to approve to go ahead and approve the promissory note that had previously been tendered to Parks and that has been returned signed.
I'll make a motion to approve the promissory note for the Parks Department.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those opposed? We appreciate you taking that over the Parks Board, Chris. So I think if my math is right, that leaves the county at $100,000 that we put directly towards the new ball diamond. So just as far as financial background goes, the ball diamonds, 300,000 total had come out of Edit. 200,000 will be coming back over the 10-year period for that promissory note. So the county has paid $100,000 towards the renovations at the ball diamonds. All right, up next, Mike Snyder, EMA. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening. So before you, I think you guys have a copy of our
I do.
facility use agreement that I will need a signature for. It is between us and the Red Cross. And it is for them to utilize basically the old gym or our training room as a disaster shelter to house people. We haven't had one of these done before, so this is part of the process with the Red Cross. We met with them and they surveyed it over and examined everything and said that would work for them. On page 2, there's a couple of spots that we need some initials. And then on the final page of the first packet is where we'll need the signature. However, there's a second packet that would be an addendum to the facility agreement, and that is to shelter pets. Most of the time, people will not come to the shelter if they can't bring their pets with. They are required to be in a separate area. So with that, we were going to use the adjacent hallways, and they will be crated. Also thought we could give them access to the courtyard as well for them to take them out, let them whatnot. Enclosed space, they can't get out or get in the roadway or anything by accident. So that would be the second page or second packet, I'm sorry, that we would need, and that's just page 2 is where we would need that filled out at with your information. And the page 3 of that is just a diagram of the building with the areas highlighted that would be used. The yellow highlighted basically is the gym, the kitchen, the restrooms and the shower area. And then the part highlighted in blue is the adjacent hallways and the outdoor court.
What kind of disasters would trigger a facility being used?
As an example, the Skybird Manor incident would be one of those. While this is the first one, having to have your signatures since it is county property, we are working on other locations as well to get here in the Greensburg area. I do have an appointment Thursday. We want to look at a location in St. Paul. So trying to spread out beyond just the Greensburg area as well and other parts. Of the town.
Go ahead.
I have one question. So,
Mhm.
and then it's not really as much relevant for this one, but just for future. So let's say that, for instance, I'll just use this building as an example. Let's say that we rent this room out, we allow, large meetings to happen in there. And we have this facility use agreement, and then somebody is scheduled to have an event there that, let's say, is very important. But then a disaster does happen, and I understand we have to think, obviously, for the best case of people, but I just wonder what happens in that situation. Do they automatically have precedence, or do we need to find another location, or is that not in the facility use agreement, so we can't do it at a different location?
Well, my hope is that we can get other places in the area so that if there was something that could not be rescheduled or moved around, then we could utilize. It is my hope that this would be the last ditch, because if it is a large scale disaster, we're going to need that room.
Sure. I just didn't know if this gave them the power to just immediately, no, this is ours now, we need to.
That is
In your
not my,
email, you said you reached out to Better Bear.
yes,
Brian Gatewood for
yes,
alternate
yes.
facilities as well.
Yes, Bev was going to speak with a couple of churches in the area. Previously, the First Christian that had been utilized before. But that very example you brought out was some conflicts that they were having also with events that were planned. It worked out. However, yeah, that's one of the reasons, but
That's what I want to make sure.
Who's supplying the crates?
well, Red Cross can do some, but also our local animal shelter does
So
have.
we'll
a
just
supply.
have to coordinate with them to make sure that we would have that capability.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you need all of our signatures, or do you?
I believe just one is my understanding.
I think that's think it's a great program. I think it's something that obviously, we hope we never need, but it's good to have it in place. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the Red Cross sheltering agreement,
Both of them or just one?
both.
We have a second.
I'll
Dave?
second both of them.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Mhm.
You're good.
Tom's done.
I can take it and get a copy or.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
All right, up next, we have Accelerate Rural Indiana RDC membership. This is the Ready organization that we work with on all of our projects. So it's our group that includes Shelbyville, Rushville, Rush County, Decatur County, Greensburg, Batesville. And so they have an annual membership that I had forwarded that to you guys, that invoice for $7,500. And we have the funds in the rating portion of edit available to pay for that. I know the letter described what exactly the ARI members get from this $75 annual membership fee. $7,500, sorry.
I must have missed a complete for that.
$7,500 there, but they're the ones that help us through the process for applying and then the administration of Ready. Brian, is there anything you want to say about?
I would say first thing, just for clarification, we're Clutter Rural Indiana RDA Development Authority, just so it's not
You're right.
with the RDC, the auto or the RDC out there. But yeah, it's something that these funds will allow us to go even beyond the Ready, what we're able to do and pursue other programs. Some of the target stuff in the letter was part of the sewer system around St. Paul is currently something that was not able to be funded by Ready, but something that we would like to pursue. So this will allow us to do that. So appreciate your work on that. You kind of continue to kind of build what the organization can do.
Yeah, I think it's very important to us.
I make a motion to pay the invoice.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Yeah, the questionable question on this. So
Yes,
when we, just for future, when you guys approved like you approved this invoice, are you wanting us to go ahead and pay it now or put it in the next claim cycle?
Next claim cycle.
What I thought, just wanted to clarify.
Next
Okay.
claim cycle so that it comes in. I mean,
Yeah.
it's approved here and we'll approve it again, but that way it's there.
Mhm.
That way it's in the claim cycle.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
All right, up next, I have the Greensburg High School is requesting the use of facilities for September 24th, Wednesday, September 24th, at the War Memorial. And I think this is where they're having their annual prayer at the. And so they want to use it from 7 to 8. They've submitted their certificate of liability insurance as well. Any questions, any thoughts? Anybody
No.
wish to speak on it? No?
I've been there.
It's a great,
Participated. It's a good event.
absolutely.
I would make a motion to accept, letting them use the facility.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. All right, up next, we have another use of facilities request for Decatur County Right to Life. See there, it's gonna be October 5th through October 12th. They're going to have a cross display on the courthouse grounds. We have the insurance form here as well. Southwest corner of the courthouse lawn is where they're looking at putting this.
I make a motion to allow Right to Life to display their paper display.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor say aye. And those opposed, motion carries. And then we had been approached by the fall festival. They wanted to use picnic tables that are out at the fairgrounds during the fall festival. They'll pick them up, they'll return them. I think they've used them for several years now. And so just wanted to formally have that discussed here in our meeting. I don't see an issue with it. Dave, anything?
I'm good.
Brian,
I'm
anything? All right, I'll make a motion and go ahead and fall festival.
I second that.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Anything else for you, gentlemen?
I do. So the pool responses came back. I don't believe, from the best of my knowledge, Chris isn't sure either, but from the best of my knowledge, I don't know that New Trip got to really take the survey. I just think from a timing perspective, it just didn't work out. However, we did still come back with 3,456 responses versus 900 in the original survey. So definitely engagement is up. The first question was on a scale of 1 to 5. How important do you think that water-based recreation in Decatur County is? The average of those responses came back at 4.35. And the average attending the pool when they would attend came back at 4.56. So there's definitely a very large interest in making that.
Good information. Very good information.
I'm pleasantly surprised at the amount of
Yeah.
surveys back. That's fantastic.
Can you send the data over?
Again,
I'd love to just
Yep.
take a look at it. Anything else for you guys?
I would like to look at that too.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll let you. There is a trailer. We've had discussions about the trailer for mowing and for us to have. There's a lot of places that couldn't offer a bid, but we still did get 3 bids just for redundancy, making sure that we did our due diligence. The trailer from 5 Points Trailer Sales came in at 4,100. Trailer that is not as good as the one at 5 Points because it doesn't have a 2-foot dovetail and it's also not powder coated. It's painted, came back at 5,446. So almost $1,400 more. And then a trailer that is comparable, but still does not have a 2-foot dovetail, which does add cost to it, came back at 4,450. So regardless, 5 Points Trailer Sales is coming in $350 lower than the lowest trailer that we got bid. Most people didn't want to take a bid on it because of the dovetail. But we think that that's a crucial piece for loading the mowers because it doesn't make it to where it's such a hinged point loading. It'll, it'll create a much easier to load a mower, not hit the deck. So my recommendation, it's actually Charlie's recommendation, that we would move forward with the 2024 Liberty utility trailer that is a 16x7. It's got a 2-foot dovetail tandem axle, 7,000 pound rated for 4,100.
Can we maybe just leave this for the next meeting? There's just a couple things I'd like to look into.
Yep.
On the bids, just so I can take a look at them, and we can just put this on the agenda for the
I'm okay.
next meeting. You guys good with that?
Charlie, are you in a dire need of?
We'll get this on the next meeting, and then we can do it at our second meeting in September.
Sure,
Anything else from you guys?
Me.
I do not.
Brian Robbins, anything?
Getting ready to take off for Japan on Friday. We got meetings, set up. Back. Very good reception on this. As well. Big thing probably is the housing analysis studies. We should be in the next 2 weeks getting a draft deadline on you guys as you see fit, what else you want to put in there. Mentioned a number of focus groups this last month. Got a lot of information, a lot of data as well, so we should have something there. Other than that, it's kind of steady as she goes, just some meetings here and there. Looking at the future of the area.
Thank you, Brian. Ken, anything with veterans?
Yeah, I'd like to share a couple of success stories. I've got 2 veterans that recently had reached back out to me that their compensation claims have went to VA, been approved already with a rating, which now entitles them to have VA healthcare for free at no cost. So we're doing great things over there. One big activity that I got going on this month, that we have a World War II veteran from Westport who's turning 100 this month. And so his family had reached out, and they're doing it was really reaching out to ask for what kind of help VA can help him with caregiver stuff. Excuse me. And turned into, they're having a little party for him. I've got a few contacts still at the state level, and I reached out to the Adjutant General of Indiana. Him and I are good friends, and he's going to actually give me a letter for the veteran with a challenge coin that they hand out. And then I told him I was going to reach out to the governor to see if I can get a letter from the governor. And he texted me back a couple hours later, and he had already had a meeting with the governor, has already got approval. He's going to get a letter from the governor, and potentially the governor wants to meet this veteran at a later date. So some really cool things that happened, but it's neat to see a World War II veteran that fought in the Pacific, reaching an age of 100 that we have here in our county, which is pretty phenomenal.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
So, and I think the family's already reached out to get an article and stuff written up, I think from someone, I'm not sure who, but the family's been working on all that, so we'll see. But those are just a couple success stories and good things that's coming out.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Sheriff, anything you'd like to update us on?
I don't believe so, thank you.
Security at the courthouse.
Move on.
You got a new role.
You did great letting people in.
You did good.
Tonight, Sheriff.
Thank you very much.
Leanne, anything from communications?
I've got about 3 or 4 things, but I'll try and be quick. Just an update, local Greensburg Tower, our upgrade to that system. Hopefully work will be starting tomorrow. All the equipment's in, so probably see some work, some people climbing. It's going to take a good bit to get everything on the upgrades, but that equipment finally came in, much delayed than what we anticipated. We were hoping to have this project done by the end of August, and here we are just now starting it. So the second thing is we've got a state conference that comes up for, it used to be called NENA conference for National Emergency Numbers Association. the APCO, which is another supported training site that I do a lot of training with my telecommunicators on. APCO and NINA are combining, and now it's called Indiana Professionals Conference, 911 Conference, and it is at the end of the month. They've got about 9 leadership courses in there, which is something that Carla and I are going to register for and partake in. Obviously, nothing comes free. It seems like anymore. It's very rare to get training that's free. But because our staffing has increased, I'm wanting to also share that knowledge and training with some of the other dispatchers. So I'm hoping to send a total of 5 of us if we can get our schedule to accommodate that. So my training fund is running a little low, but I'm looking at moving some money here within the next couple of weeks, as long as you are okay with us taking these courses. Just to give you an idea, like one course through APCO is like $500 this week course. And while we're taking leadership courses, the other operators will be taking frontline dispatch courses. This all kind of came up when I was on vacation, so I apologize for the late notice, but I got to register by Friday. But there's like 9 courses for leadership and 9 courses for the whole week that would normally cost $500 each. And we're looking at basically getting it with accommodations and training around $900 per dispatcher. I've got money in my budget for that, but as long as you don't see a problem with it. And then I had mentioned to dispatch, I'd like to rotate that. Whoever went this year, but then we try and get somebody different next year and so forth. But I feel like the training is invaluable.
I think anytime you can improve and educate, train, that's
Yeah.
super important.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Okay, I appreciate that. Obviously, we've had a lot of new hires, and that's drained a lot of we've got a pretty healthy training budget of about $8,000, but one course is $500, and when they're taking several certifications, it really depletes it. So
Yeah.
if you're okay with me approaching that, I've got a 911 board meeting next Wednesday. I'm going to mention it to them. Obviously, our fund has got a surplus, but I'm also being very careful on that surplus too. But I feel like training is very important.
No, I think you need to do it.
Okay, I appreciate
Your department's invaluable, the services that they provide. So
Okay, well, I will proceed forward on that as long as the board is fine. And then just thanking Charlie for getting us a storage area in dispatch. We are very grateful to have some place to put our stuff. He did some painting and made us some shelves, put a dehumidifier in it. So we love it. So
Good.
get rid of some of that clutter. Only last thing I have is I have lost a dispatcher this past week. But we're very excited for her. She took on a director's role at another PSAP. So as much as we're very excited, we're going to miss her, but that also takes it down to we're going to be advertising for 2 more dispatchers. So other than that, that's the update for us.
thank you, Lee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Doug, anything from APC?
Meeting tomorrow, full agenda, APC, BZA, 6:30 here, not at the high school.
Okay. When did the findings of fact get
They
published?
got sent out on Tuesday of last week,
Of last week?
Yeah.
So
so a week from today. A week ago. from today.
I've been asked, I don't know the answer to this. Did the appellate deadline start after the BZA or did it start at the finding of facts being
When the
published
findings of facts have been distributed to the petitioner, to the 30 days to keep
last Tuesday? Anything else for you, Doug?
That's it.
All right. APC back here, BZA back here in the courthouse.
Yep.
All right. Dr. Howe?
Yeah, I just want to remind everybody that we have West Nile present in the county. If you're out from dusk to dawn, be sure to wear repellents. It's a deadly disease, and if you don't die, you'd be pretty doggone sick from it. And it is present, so we'll be the frost.
And my understanding is the health department's going out and they are doing some treatment in different areas in the county.
They're looking for areas that where they should spray, and we'll
Yep.
be doing some other testing around the
Very
county to get some more test results.
Anything else?
That's it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Chris, anything for Parks Department?
Finally back up to fully staffed, so it's gonna be able to allow our guys to do, be a little more efficient on things too. So just figure out ways to get the community involved with us.
Good deal. I know that a lot of folks at home, or that have come to our meetings had heard previously, me talk about, both you talk about the need of having somebody like Charlie Davis in this maintenance position. He stayed very busy. I just want the public to know that what he's been doing, he stayed very busy. Like what Leanne was talking about, they were things that may have gotten put on the back burner, because they weren't front and center on needs. So he's getting a lot of the stuff done day to day. So it's great to see. He's definitely been worth bringing him in and having that position.
And have taken care of several things that we did not foresee.
Absolutely. Yep.
But also to your point, stop you from having to send out, let's get some numbers, try to get a handyman to come in and then build all these shelves, and we pay a way higher.
Yeah.
Amount for that than versus what it took him to do it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. If there's nothing else,
One last thing,
yeah, okay.
just a reminder, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, around the courthouse will be paving.
Yes,
And it will
thank you.
be a little bit of a pain for
Three sides,
customers
right?
and workers here and so forth. So all or three sides of the courthouse will be experiencing paving. So just have patience.
Yes.
I guess it's
A little bit more patient.
more than you have now. The key word.
I think that would be a perfect time for me to do my almost every other month reminder to county employees to ask them to park in our parking lot.
No, not this time, because our parking
I'm
lot is
saying
now
in
getting
general,
paved.
in general, to park at our parking lots, maybe not right around the courthouse every single day.
Yes.
So I know that I make those requests fairly regularly, but I had some business owners in the last couple of weeks contact me. And so I would just like to do my semi, or I guess it's more than semi-annual at this point, my regular reminder. All
Very
right,
good.
anything else, gentlemen?
That's it.
Make a motion to adjourn.
So move.